Hello everyone, happy full moon in Cancer. Today we're going to be doing a 3-card spread. It's a pick your crystal reading. And if you've never done this before, what you're going to do is pick the crystal that resonates best with you. And that is going to be your reading from the universe, your higher self, and your spirit guides. And Brady wanted to say hi. Okay, so we're going to be using James R. Eads' deck. It's called Prisma Visions, and also Pure Magic Oracle by Andreas and Garcia. First, I'm going to pull the card for the pink card, and this is going to be what is no longer serving you. Card for the blue crystal, what is no longer serving you. And the card for the green crystal of what is no longer serving you. Okay. Now, along with what is no longer serving you, we're also going to pick what you can do to get through this obstacle, or how you can manage what is no longer serving you and how you can let that go. Pink crystal, blue crystal, and the green. Okay. And then lastly, we're going to be using the Pure Magic Oracle. And this is going to be your overall theme for this next lunar month. So from this full moon until the next full moon in February. And this is going to be really your message from your spirit guides, your ancestors, your higher self, whatever you believe in. All right, for pink crystal, blue crystal, and green. Okay. All right, so now if you pause the video, we are going to go straight to your crystal. There's going to be timestamps in the description box below, and I'll see you there. All right, for those who chose the pink crystal, this rose quartz, we have 4 of Wands for what is no longer serving you, Death for how to let that go, and then you have Hecate's Path for your overall theme message for this upcoming lunar month. So I think this is a very interesting reading because right off the bat, you see death. Now, if you haven't gotten a tarot reading done before, or you're not very well versed in it, don't be freaked out. Death is not necessarily what it seems in the tarot world. And I think it's a very, very beautiful card, because whenever you're talking about letting go, Death card is kind of what you want to see. But okay, so going back to the first thing about what is holding you back right now is something that's no longer serving you. So here we have the 4 of Wands, and I'm really getting a sense that you have a lot of people in your life that lift you up, that make you who you are today is kind of how you feel. You have all this great support group, which is awesome. We all strive to have people in our lives that support us. But it's possible that you rely on them a little too much. Without them, you don't really have a sense of identity. You don't really know who you are other than being associated with this friend group, this family, this core group of people, which, like I said, is great. Everybody wants that. It's so important to have people that lift you up in your life. But maybe examine your relationships right now. For one, is there any relationship that really isn't serving you to your highest power? It's really not allowing you to be who you feel you were meant to be, who you are. If yes, if the answer is, you have great people in your life, you don't really feel like this relates to necessarily getting rid of people, then, like I said before, maybe look at it more so as getting rid of this attachment that you have to them. Not necessarily in the physical sense where, you're cutting off the relationship or friendship, but more in a spiritual sense, in a way where you don't feel like you need to rely on them to have them or have you be able to succeed. You are really all you need. And I think this is going to be a very hard concept for you to grasp, whether it's getting rid of people in your life that are toxic, that don't support you, or if it's just getting rid of the notion that you can't do this without anyone else. This is where the death card comes into play. I just got so excited when I saw this because death is, in my eyes, such a beautiful card because it signifies the end of something, but to the rebirth of something so much greater. So it's not okay, this is going to be some hard stuff coming on and nothing good is going to come out of it. That's not really what I'm getting here. It's going to be the epitome of going through hard times, hitting rock bottom maybe, and coming out so much stronger on the other side. Those stories you hear, people just losing everything, not necessarily, I don't really get the vibe that you're going to go through that hard of a time where you're going to hit rock bottom, but more so that it's going to shake your core of what you have always felt or known to be true. What you felt is truth. It's hard to grasp that maybe it's not necessarily the truth. It's not that you can't do things without them. It's just more comfortable with them there. Everyone always wants to stay stagnant. Not necessarily in the fact of not achieving their goals, but in that comfort zone. Everybody likes to feel comforted. We know what to expect, but nothing ever grows there. We see this skeleton hand here and a rose growing out of it. That's just the epitome of this card. You see death, but really something so much more beautiful is growing. Your mindset is growing. Your life is going to expand in a way that you've never felt before because you're focusing on you. You're focusing on what you need. You're focusing on what you can do to get there, not what other people can do to help you get there. So now let's take a look at the overall theme or message. Cycle of life, night magic, crossroads, letting go. Letting go. That is usually a big theme with the full moon. Pure wisdom. You are asked to let go of what is familiar, safe, and comfortable in order to break the stagnant wheel and discover new opportunities that lie waiting ahead. What is dead is gone, and a new path must begin its process in order to continue the cycle again. Birth, death, and rebirth. You are guided to delve deeper into your spiritual path and remember the soul's truth hidden inside your cosmic makeup and to aid recovery of those soul's truths you have hidden from others. It is time to transform from the old self and walk your truth for yourself and for your legacy. Guys, I could not have been more accurate to this reading. I absolutely love when that happens. So there you have it. Your message from this Cancer full moon is to let go of these old ideas, these things that you've always felt were the absolute truth to who you are. Realize that it's not. We are ever changing and we are our own keeper. No one else is our keeper. We may feel like we need them, but in order to get to this growth that we want to get to, our higher self, we need to let go of that notion. Have a great month. All right, so for those of you who picked the blue crystal, for what is no longer serving you, we have the Page of Swords. How you can let that go is the Nine of Pentacles, and your theme or message of the month is ancestors. So the Page of Swords, something that isn't serving you. I want to say that there is a couple things maybe that aren't serving you right now. There's maybe been a very turbulent time in your life lately, and you kind of just felt like you're blindly going through life and trying to get through the motions and not really seeing the beauty that life has to offer, because how can you when everything just keeps coming at you all the time, all these negative, or what is perceived to be as negative circumstances, and you kind of just can't get out of your own way. And those circumstances, they probably aren't even your fault. It's just life, unfortunately. But you're not able to get out of your own way in the sense that you're keeping yourself in this negative state of mind, and you're keeping yourself thinking that you can never have good things because everything's always bad, so how could anything ever be good? Well, that notion is manifesting itself into more negativity, more bad things, more poor circumstances. And in order to get out of this mindset, we see here in the Nine of Pentacles, honestly, a very beautiful picture. Onlooking maybe a darker view. Maybe this is you overlooking the darkness that's kind of come over your life in the past couple of months, maybe in the past year. But you're still surrounded by all this beauty. You're still surrounded by these flowers, mushrooms, foliage that you can't even see because you are just so focused on all of the negativity and the bad things. And it's really hard to get out of that mindset. And it's hard to tell any one person how to do that because people do it different ways. I mean, a lot of people, they try to practice escapism, submersing themselves into situations that make them forget about the poor things that happen in life. But you're never really going to get through it if you do it that way, because once you come out of that escapism, you're still just going to see the bad things. So you need to find a way to appreciate these not so great things that are happening. And as hard and as silly as that may sound, you need to find a way to sit with it. Maybe do some shadow work, therapy, journaling, something to be able to accept your shadow self and also see all the beauty around you as you're doing that. Living in this present moment instead of constantly looking in the past, sadness of what happened there, or maybe anxious for the future, all the anxiety that's manifesting because you are continuing to keep yourself in this negative mindset. I think it's as hard of a time as you're having right now, it really has the potential to lead you somewhere beautiful. And how? Well, because as soon as you learn how to sit with these bad parts and also simultaneously be grateful and appreciative of the good parts, then that's when you can learn how to maintain that anxiety and depression that you may have. My cat, apologies. My cat really wants in on these readings tonight. All right, so for your theme, your message of the lunar month, we have ancestors, family, survival, death, worship. It's the first card in the deck. Dig a little deeper and remember that we are brought here by the stories of our families. No matter how strong or weak our familial bonds may be, do not ignore messages that arise at this time, for there is energy waiting for you to tap into that will accelerate your path and direction. Are you in need of advice on a certain course of action? Tap into the spirit of your ancestor who went through the same or similar journey. They may have an abundance of wisdom to offer you if you speak with them. You are guided and protected, but you are also reminded to pay homage to the ones that have gone before. Remember and give thanks to the past, and your future will be rewarded. I like that. I think in the sense of your reading, how you can apply it here is giving thanks. I mean, like they said, giving thanks to the things that have come before you and learning to appreciate that past moment, but understanding that it's not where you currently are. It's not where you will forever stay. And your ancestors, if you believe in working with them in the sense of talking to them, journaling through them, they really do have a lot to offer you because they are your bloodline lineage and they want you to succeed. They want you to be happy. They want you to see these higher truths that we have been blind as a society to see. And I think that if you kind of tap into that a little bit more, maybe through that, you will learn how to appreciate the dark and the light. So, maybe a hard month coming ahead, but you can do this. You can get yourself out of this. All right, now for you that chose the green crystal, we have the King of Pentacles on what's no longer serving you, Queen of Swords on how to get through this, and for our message or theme, we have Earth Mother. Now, these are both very strong energy. You strike me as a person who is very strong-willed, is very confident. Maybe you don't always feel that confidence, and I'm kind of getting that's kind of what you're struggling with right now. But deep down to your core, you are very confident in who you are, and you're just a fiery soul. I mean, fire energy is what I'm getting here. So we have our Leos, Sagittariuses, Aries, maybe some Taurus energy going on here. And you have always been what is the saying? Take the bull by the reins type person. Really not afraid to step into your power. But lately, it kind of seems like you've been just hanging on by a thread, whether that be because you've just been out of it with the holidays, you've had a lot going on, and you've just been kind of going through day to day. You haven't really been focusing on those passions. You haven't really been as confident as you were in yourself because you kind of have let some things slide. Maybe you stopped working out as much. Maybe you have stopped doing your spiritual journey as much, which, yay, because you're here. So that's a step in the right direction. But the obstacle that's in your way, you are in your own way. You have all of these ideas and notions of what can make your life more rich and what you feel called to do. But you really aren't pursuing them right now. Why? I mean, like I said, it could be a multitude of things with the holidays, with, maybe you just don't have the energy right now. I mean, there's a sickness going around. Maybe you were down for the count for a while and you just haven't really picked things up since then. Well, the Queen of Swords is asking you, quiet those, whatever is in your mind, whoever is in your mind, whether it be another person or really I'm getting yourself is in your own mind, obviously, but you are telling yourself that you can't do this. Well, I already started the new year and I didn't do what I wanted to do. I didn't start working out. I didn't do this or that. So it's never going to happen. Or, I don't feel confident in myself enough right now to make this come to fruition. Maybe you are a small business owner and you don't feel motivated because you haven't gotten a lot of sales lately. Maybe you are in a relationship that is kind of keeping you in this place where you don't feel motivated to do things. There's something here that I think, and the reason why it's hard to channel is because this is a general reading. So normally I'm picking up on a lot of different energies. So for this green crystal, I feel like there's a lot of different situations on how your confidence could be shaken. But the way to get through that is to maybe stop being your fiery self for just 1 second. Stop being go, 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 or feeling like you need to be go, 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 and understand that there's beauty in the moment right now. The moment is really all we have. And you kind of just need to sit and be quiet with yourself for once. Not in the sense of, okay, I'm going to sit down and just watch TV all day, but more so, what am I really thinking? What are these thoughts coming about? And is there any validity to them? Okay, so my thoughts, let's just say this goose looking thing here is our thoughts. What is this telling this right here? Now this is yourself. Your thoughts absolutely manifest, but your thoughts are not you. You are separate from what you think. You're not your anxiety. You're not your person that says that you're not good enough. You're not any of those things. You are a divine being, and you have the power to do whatever you feel right now that you can't. You know, right now it just seems, that's the vibe I'm getting, where you just feel like there's something or multiple things you just feel you're not motivated to do, you don't want to do. Maybe meditate, journal, not even journal, because I feel like you need to just really sit with your thoughts and think to yourself, not even really think, but just meditate. Honestly, meditation, yoga, anything that's going to take your mind out of that thought process and more into the present moment. And let's see what we have here for Earth Mother. This is going to be your theme or overall message of the lunar month. Harming none includes not harming yourself. No matter what kind of human mother you may have had, your Earth Mother wants you to fulfill your potential and be healthy, comfortable, and happy, and a source of pride to her and all your relations. Like the layers of soil and dirt that govern the earth below our feet, so too do we hold layers of being all equal and important to the bigger picture of who we are. So I really do love that, because in a sense, you know, it's very, very similar to these two cards here. You need to get back to who you are, not what your thoughts say that you are. These passions, the things that drive you, those are all important, but realize nothing material is ever really needed to sustain your happiness. Just you. You got this, guys. It may be a very tough time with some shadow work, some breaking down these old ideals, but you can get through this.